How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about PROG stock. I know it's been a little bit, but I must say this stock has been holding up fairly decent considering all the volatility we have inside of the market. So that's why I want to make sure I put out this update video for you guys. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. You want to have a strategy. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and the selling behavior like on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for PROG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $2.54, being down 2.31%. On the low, it tested $2.49, and then on the high, testing $2.70. Taking a look at the volume stats on the day, we ended up trading at 10.654 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days at 22.72 million shares. So one thing that we noticed right away as far as for the volume on the day, it was well below the average, but I must say PROG held up fairly well considering how volatile the markets were. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 42.33. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 50-day, the 21-day EMA. We're also below the 200-day, but we are above the 100-day. So one of the things that I was pointing out in my previous PROG videos, you want to see it have some strength above this 250 level. It ended up testing 249 on the day, and of course we had buyers stepping in and bringing in that support. We also have to see where we had resistance. Having resistance at this $2.70 level is interesting, and the reason why it's interesting, if the markets were a lot stronger, I would have expected PROG to actually get here back to the 200-day at 275. Getting past 275, this is where I would look forward to seeing that move to the 21-day EMA right at $2.92. We're well aware that $3 is a psychological area for PROG, so there would be some selling pressure and some profit taking, but if the volume is there, we could easily get past it. So that's one of the things you want to make sure you keep in mind. As far as for the bearish case scenario, if 250 doesn't hold up, we've broken through it on previous days and we ended up seeing lows around $2.34. So it's very possible we could end up visiting these areas if the volatility continues inside of the market, especially going into tomorrow with the quad witching day. But let's see if PROG can make that move to $3, what we are looking for. But before that even happens, keep an eye on that area of $2.75 right at the 200-day. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for PROG. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 53.38%. And then for the dark pool short volume being just over 3.85 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 0, updated 13 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, currently it is not available. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume for the close of the 14th, it was at 48.9. And then for the close of the 15th, which was yesterday, it was at 53.38. So it has gone up significantly, and this is part of the reasons why I say you want to keep PROG on your watch list. It still has short squeeze potential. We do see some demand inside of the market, and as a result, I'll keep that on watch. So now let's go into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for PROG. So we can see here on the inflow, it was at 5,680, and then on the the outflows at 5,403, so it was an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 1,298. On the medium, it was 3,287, and then on the small, it was 1,094. Taking a look at the outflow side, on the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 3,924, and on the small, it was 1,479. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for today, December the 16th, it was at 1,298.3. And we can see for the past 3 trading days, it has been inflows. So this is going to be a stock you want to keep your eye on. When we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders, which represents the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. When we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. But when we take a look at the large, you could see this could potentially represent institutions. They were loading up on shares. When we take a look now at the turnover ratio, it was at 6.51%. So not too bad for a stock like PROG. We already know it is extremely volatile. There's a lot of traders that go in and out of this play, but we also have seen a higher turnover ratio in the past. So what this tells me, there are many who are still holding on to their shares, and this stock is still seeing a lot of demand. Keep a close eye on it. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for PROG stock, as far as price action is concerned, I would love to see it get back to the 200-day at $2.75. This is where I could see buyers stepping in and then seeing the stock gain more momentum. It ended up seeing a high of $2.70. So again, things can get very interesting. Also, we want to see a continuation of that $2.50 level hold up as support. We did break through it on previous days this week, but if it can continue to hold going into tomorrow and as well as for next week, this is where I want to see us get to that psychological area of $3. So add this to your homework and as well as your due diligence and formulate the right game plan that'll work well for you. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. This is why there's a lot of volatility inside of this play, and considering how the market conditions have been, PROG has been holding up fairly decent. So this is why I say, let's see if $2.50 can continue to be an area of support, and let's see if we can get above $2.75 for that next move up. And I almost forgot, we do have the quad witching that's going to be going down on Friday, so that's going to contribute to even more volatility. So this is why I want to make sure you have a game plan before jumping in. And if this stock is not the stock for you as far as trading it, then stay away from it. You don't have to force it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.